Hello YouTube. We got our first game here. Kinemon versus Ivankov. Ivankov's going first. Both of us pass our turn 1. Nothing to play. Ivankov's going to attack leader with 1 down attached. And I'll just take that. And then he plays a 2-cost 2k counter card instead of saving it. So it's kind of telling me that he's trying to get rid of his hand in a weird way. I use my 3 Dawn with leader ability to summon Yamato to rest and try to KO that, but then he drops two 2k counters to save it. It was also very strange. The game plan here for Kinemon is kind of just make sure his board is clear, but at the same time be aggressive and go for life. It's kind of hard to try to play the value game and draw down their hand just because they just keep replenishing it. So this is my 6th Dawn turn. He has 2 Avilas on board. Both of them not really going to do anything. I think the effect is one down attach when attacking. He could discard a card and bounce a 3 cost or less to hand, but I don't have any of those. I summon out another Yamato with leader ability and KO one of them. My hand's pretty big. I'm just going to be aggressive and go life. He's going to take the 7k attack. His hand is starting to get low, but this is his 7 Dawn turn, so he should be Ivankoving and summoning out a 6 cost or lower impel down. He's going to 5 to leader. I'm already at 3 life, so I'm just going to start countering. I used the killer blocker for the 1k, and he, as expected on 7 Dawn turn, summons Ivankov and the crocodile. So now I'm at 8 Dawn, and now that he has 2 7k bodies on board, I have to be even more aggressive. So I go 5 to leader just to see what's happening. He just takes 5k to leader, so that's telling me either he doesn't have any counters in hand, or he's trying to draw into something, which I feel is unlikely. So I'm just going to commit, keep going leader. He takes a 6k, and at this point I'm like, I think I just have to keep going. I'm going to save the 8 Dawn for the Odin, just to pressure. I do have a good amount of counters in hand. So 6 to leader again, and he takes it. So it's really telling me he has no counters. I just have to keep playing this really aggressively. Now he's at 9 Dawn. He has an option to try to clear my board, or also be really aggressive. He commits 1 Dawn to KO one of the Yamatos. I think I see in his hand another Ivankov. That might have been the better play if he just summoned out another Ivankov. 7k to Yamato, I'm going to save that. 8k to Yamato, I'm going to save that. I need the extra bodies to try to go for game. So he's already committed 3 of his 9 Dawn just to boosting up his leader. So now he's only at 6 Dawn left. If he actually didn't attach that 1 Dawn to leader, he could have been at 7. Could have summoned out the Ivankov and this Inazuma with its ability, but instead he chooses to hold on to it, probably hoping to last long enough to do the Ivankov Luffy combo. So I'm at 10 Dawn now. He has 2 blockers up, 1 life, and I do have 3 attackers. Right now I'm just considering, do I want to play aggressively and go for game? I top decked into an extra Ezo, so now I have 2 Ezos. So I can potentially rest both of his blockers, have 4 Dawn left, and just swing everything. 4 swings for game, potentially. I'm thinking I could swing the Kinemon and Yamato and draw 2 cards out of his hand. And then at that point he'll have 2 left, and then my 2 times 9,000 attack with Odin should go through for game. So I attack with 6k with Yamato first, just because I'm a little uncertain about that one down up, but there shouldn't be anything, and there it is. Odin for game. Thanks for watching. We got our second game here. It's a Kinemon mirror. I'm on the left side. My opponent is going second, so he has the advantage in terms of cards and being able to have extra Dawn. I'm going first. I do have the Odin in hand, so I should be able to play him on my 7 Dawn turn, so I'll have Odin on board first. He did start off with a Momo, so he gets that free block. I don't have anything to play on 3 Dawn, so I just pass. I also don't want to summon anything out that he could just rest right away. And he elects to cheats out Yamato, the secret rare that banishes and double damages for 4 Dawn. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, wow, that's actually pretty threatening. I summon out an Okiku. And I'm probably going to put out another blocker just to play safe if he does decide to commit all the Dawn to attack. Hindsight, I should have attacked with that Kinemon just to draw out a counter. My opponent, as you can see, top decks into another Yamato. He's going 7k to leader. Normally we just take that because it's early, but it's got double attack and banish. I'm just going to block that. He's swinging for 5k. I do have some counter cards in hand. 1k counter. And he activates the leader ability to summon out his second Yamato. So he's really happy about that. It's a lot of pressure. If he ever decides to just go aggressive one turn, I'll just be at 0 life. This is my 7 Dawn turn that I was originally planning to play the Odin on. So my choices here are, do I summon the Odin or do I commit Dawn onto my leader and Okiku to try to KO both the Yamatos? But I'm thinking if I do that and then he summons out the Odin that he searched for, then I'll still be very behind. So I choose to just play out the Odin. If he does try to commit all the Dawn to attacking my life with the Yamatos, I'll be able to counter out of it, and at the same time, I can clear the board next turn. But what I didn't realize was that he can also just do the same thing I did, ignore the board and just play his own Odin. So now we both have Odins, but he also has the 2 Yamatos. And again, that's very threatening board. In my hand, all I got are 2k counters and 2 beige blockers, so I don't have anything else to play. So the only thing I could do here is either just pass or just go face and try to draw some cards out of his hand. I went face with leader, went face with Odin. 9 Dawn up. So 3 to restand Odin. 5 Dawn left. I'm just considering I have to summon out those blockers. Oh, I actually only had 1 beige, so I played a Raizo and a beige just to try to build board along with him. So now he could just start, since his board is already established, he could just start attaching Dana to the Yamatos and just going face, see if I take those. If I don't, he just draws all the counter out of my hand because I have to counter out of that. So he's putting 2 down on each of the Yamatos. I block one and I counter out of the other. And he's just playing really aggressively. Seven to leader with leader, and then 8 to leader with Odin, and he's doing it again. And I take them both. I don't think I needed to, but didn't really have a choice. I was just hoping to draw into something useful. He puts out the beige that I have to rest in order to get to his Yamatos. He has 4 life right now, so even if I go face everything, it won't really help. So I'm deciding how I want to KO the Yamatos. So I 5 the Yamato and he chucks out a 2k. My 2 Odin swings need to connect to take out both the Yamatos. And those Yamatos have really stuck on the board for a long time. I didn't have the 4-cross Yamatos to rest them early game to KO them either. So not only did I start first, I also didn't draw into good early game. I got the free draw with Raizo, restand the Odin, and I'm just going to go in again at Yamato. But even after the Yamato is cleared, he still has the Odin on board, so he's going to have a double swing along with Kinemon leader attack. He lets that go. I play out 1 blocker, 2 blockers, and I pass turn. He's got 4 cards in hand, but the life difference is really the big difference. There's no point in trying to clear board, he's just going to keep going face. I'm going to block that with the killer, draw the card. Restand Odin. And attack life again. I have 5 cards in hand. And I think 4k total block, maybe 5k. So if I do block this, I'm basically dropping my entire hand. 7k to leader. And he summons out an X-Drake to take out my Raizo. So the game's nearly sealed. I think the Kinemon leader is just very different from the Kid Mirror. The Kid Mirror, you kind of have to play the value game. You don't want the opponent to have enough cards just because if they 8 costs Kid, and all those extra cards are really going to stall you from pushing for game. But here for the Kinemon leader, it seems like you just have to be aggressive. You have to be the one to get the Odin on board and just keep being aggressive, because that life total is what matters the most. Even though I KO'd his Odin, he gets out that Okiku. I have no blockers in hand, so it's not really going to help. I'm thinking right now, I have a Bonnie in hand. I want to save 2 Dawn to try to search for a blocker, but then at the same time, I need another Dawn or 2 to play the blocker. But the blocker's useless if the Okiku's not rested, so I'm just hoping, okay, I could rest Okiku. If I could kill the Okiku, I have a chance at surviving, and he has the counter for it, so it's not going to do anything anymore. So I'm not even going to bother trying to search for a blocker. 7 to leader with Okiku, I'll have to take that. And now he has 2 more attacks to go for game. Thanks for watching.